Introducing the groove. This is the audience, this is the groove. The groove. This is the audience, this is the groove.
So hi and welcome to the radio show with Sam, Chuck and Liz. Liz is not here today, but in her place we have a very special guest for this extra special RareFM live session. We have all the way from Manchester, one of my favourite UK musicians and a brilliant newcomer, Gideon Conn.
Oh, hello Sam, hello Chuck,
Hi.
Hello viewers.
Very nice to meet you, Gideon, and thanks for coming in. You want to go straight into your first track for us?
This one's called I Want You Around for This Melody. I want you around for this melody. Ba-dab-ba-dab-da-dab and dance, ba-dib-ba-doing. I want you around for this melody, Ba-dab-ba-dab-da-dab and dance, giving it into the rhythm my life is all about. Touch me like a heartbeat that I can't do without. But of course this is the purest form of transcribing your feelings. With music you can't deny things. Been lucky to be able to do what I want to do. Well, I do it for me, but I also want to share it with you. And now I'm gonna be turning get rid of my slap and high-pitched technique. Found the string, I make the guitar sing, that's what I need. I'm always looking for a new sound, that's how it's meant to be. So I want you around for this melody. I want you around for this melody. Ba-dab-ba-dab-da-dab and dance, ba-dib-ba-doing. I want you around for this melody, Ba-dab-ba-dab-da-dab and dance. Well, I reprimand myself regularly, but what's the use? Cause I'm a lazy ass shit, I do nothing around the house. Yo, why won't you lay down what's going on instead of chilling your frustrations and temptations around y'all? You know, no matter what you do or what you say, I think I might just love you anyway, getting right the heart of it. Little rucked and uneasy from the blast. I was caught short, I needed a cure, and I was told to write rap. I want you around for this melody. Dab-a-dab-da-dab and dance, ba-dib-ba-doing. I want you around for this melody, Ba-dab-ba-dab-da-dab and dance. They're going hungry over what you're producing while you're floating everywhere with the shirty boob tang. Sitting around only town on your own. Well, I've seen you like this before, but now I'm going. Why haven't you ever wondered inside her space and what a day will be like? Around your waist, beside your face is where I'd like to spin my rhymes. Of an evening, someplace abroad in the summertime. I want you around for this melody. Ba-dab-ba-dab-da-dab and dance, ba-dib-ba-doing. I want you around, I wanna be down for this melody, Ba-dab-ba-dab-da-dab and dance, bo-da-bicka-bo-da-bicka-bang-da-book-a-bow-gong, ba-ba-dip-bip-bap-a-doo-da-bow-gong, ba-da-bo-da-be-a-be-a-boo-da-boing, ba-da-bip-bip-bap-a-doo-da-bow-gong, ba-doo-da-boy, bo-da-bicka-bow-gong, ba-ba-dip-bip-bap-a-doo-da-bow-gong, ba-da-bo-da-be-a-be-a-boo-da-boing, ba-dee-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-wow. I want you around for this melody. Ba-dab-ba-dab-da-dab and dance, ba-dib-ba-doing. I want you around for this melody, Ba-dab-ba-dab-da-dab and dance and dance and dance.
Fantastic. Now, Gideon, I first saw you last summer 2008 in Cambridge. You were performing with Jason Mraz. At the Junction, right. And I didn't tell you this when you came in earlier, but we've actually met before. Because after the show, I was so enamoured with you and your whole performance, I went to buy a copy of your EP, which is called I Want You Around for This EP. And I came up to you to where you were signing copies of the EP, and I said, is this where I buy the EP? And you said, yes. And I said, all right, how much is it? And you said, it's £5. I tried to give you £5. You said, no, you go buy it over there, then you bring it to me and I'll sign it. And I was terribly ashamed, so I have to apologise for that.
Don't apologise for that. That's nothing to be ashamed of.
I was just terribly red. But anyhow, it was such a great show, and you know, from the moment that you kind of came on stage, I was just, you know, totally like blown away, because you have such a different sort of performance style. Is that fair to say?
I just love performing.
Yeah.
So I guess I don't think about, you know, I just sing my songs.
Yeah.
And really enjoy the moment with the crowd. And
Well,
when you've got a great audience, as was the case with that show at the Junction, and all the other gigs I did with Jason Mraz there that summer, it's just a pleasure to play.
Well, that's what really kind of comes across when you're on. It's that kind of joy that's like, you just seem really happy to be up there. And even just now in the studio here.
This is actually a really nice room to sing in.
Is it really?
Yeah, I love
well,
it.
that's good. I'm pleased. So, how did that come about with Jason Mraz last year?
Someone booked me.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that whole experience like? Because it was just at the point where he was really.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
And that one where you came to in Cambridge was the first of 4 that we did with Jason. And we just come from Glastonbury the Sunday night. And we stayed at Nick, the drummer in my band's parents in Bath. And then came over to Cambridge the next day. And so we were a bit tired. But everything was nice in Cambridge. And Jason had done a little welcome Gideon drawing with a caricature of me.
Oh, really?
Which I probably should have kept.
What happened to it?
I think I just left it on the door.
That is such a tragedy. But yeah, so that was such a kind of great show, and a really great introduction to your music for me. When Gideon's performing on stage, Chuck hasn't seen you perform live, but you do this the thing Pylons and Wires, which is kind of very different from most sort of what most people would do.
Yeah, because it's with the a cappella with action.
Yeah, do you want to just kind of demonstrate a little bit of what goes on?
Pylons and wires. Pylons and wires.
And the whole audience is doing this, and it's all about electricity running through the countryside and how it gets about.
And renewable energy sources.
Yeah. How does something like that come into your mind to do that kind of thing?
I just wrote that one in the park. I was walking the dog. I wrote the song. I thought, oh well, that should have actions. I really don't know. It just one day it wasn't there, and then the next day it was. A couple of weeks after that, I played it at Glastonbury, which was just before.
Yeah.
No, it was the year before, actually. It was 2007.
Okay.
And it went down very well at the Glastonbury shows. And since then, it's been a mainstay in the set because it is something a bit different from what I normally do. I've got a few acoustic songs. I've got my guitar hip-hop style songs, but that one is just in its own bracket. And sometimes if the audience is not quite sure, you need something different, so maybe like after 3 songs, if I feel that they're not quite bitten yet, then I might just throw it out there and say try this one on. And normally it does the job because it makes people smile.
Has it ever not done the job?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. I think my memory goes blank for any gigs which are slightly not the best, you know what I mean?
Oh, really?
Yeah, just forget about them.
I get the sense that there's not sort of, cold calculation in your method, that you're just, kind of going with the flow. Is that fair?
It's definitely art, not science, to songwriting and performing. You just want to make people happy, and thought-provoking songs that are well written.
Yeah.
And if I really enjoy writing them, and then I really enjoy practicing them, and then performing them.
Yeah.
And hopefully get people get a lot out of them.
So is that how it started? Was it writing in your bedroom?
Yeah, I played for years and wrote songs just for myself and to play to friends before I even realised that you could go to even an open mic night. Because I only started doing that when I was about 23 or 4.
Really? And so what were you doing up till then?
I did an art degree in Manchester Met. In sculpture, which I loved my 4 years there. It was fantastic.
Do you still sculpt?
I still do drawings and paintings. It's really hard to do sculpture without a studio.
Okay.
And then I had a year in the building industry, just labouring.
Yeah.
I thought I would be a builder, but it turned out I wasn't a builder.
So was it fame that sort of pushed you over into doing the open mic nights? Was it what sort of made you make that transition?
It's not quite like that. It's because I was doing the working 9 to 5, hard the labour. I didn't have any creative outlets. I didn't have any time for artwork. I was tired all the time. So, but I needed a creative outlet. So on a Monday night, I would go to the open mic night every week in Manchester and just play 2 songs. And I might have to queue up, you know, in the bar for like 3 hours to play them. But it's something I had to do. It wasn't, you know, I needed it.
Yeah.
And then gradually, you know, people would say, oh, will you do a 20-minute set for me somewhere at this bar? And I was like, well, you know, they're not paying, but, you know, you actually got a time where you're supposed to play and you can tell people to come down and see you.
Right,
and you've got a gig.
So what's the sort of, because you are now, so, you know, you were in XFM yesterday, is that right? And, you know, you're going all over the country playing Glastonbury. So, you know, do you feel like you now are sort of, you know, you've been reluctantly pushed into the fame thing? You know, what's your sort of perception of yourself?
Yeah, there's no reluctance for me about exposure. Let's get that straight. I don't consider myself to be famous.
Right.
I don't, but it's nice that people know about my music and know who I am. If someone recognises you in the street, yeah, that's lovely. You know.
Yeah. Does that happen to you regularly?
Not regularly, but it happens from time to time. You know, in Manchester or on the tube.
Mm-hmm. What do people say?
They might just say hello, or I've seen you at a gig, or I like your music.
Yeah.
Since you became a bit more recognised, do you think there's a difference in the people you write your songs for now compared to before? Like who do you write your songs for?
Anyone who wants to listen. But I write them for me first.
Do you find yourself...
I only write something I want to play.
Yeah.
You don't find yourself thinking, you know, oh, that one goes down really well, I should try, you know, why does that work? I should try and do another song more like that, or is there any sort of, you know, it's just...
No. Each song it has to be slightly different for me.
Yeah.
Each song is like a little creature with its own personality.
Yeah.
And some songs are really versatile and you can use them every gig if you want to. And other songs I never play, but I still love having them.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you find, I don't know who it was, I think maybe Bob Dylan once said that, you know, songs, you know, aren't created, they exist and you pluck them out of the sky kind of thing. You know, do you find you write a song all in one go and then, you know, it's done? Or, you know, is it sort of like a...
It can happen that way, where you have a sort of inspired moment and a song will just pop out very fluidly, and that is a wonderful feeling. But it is rare. More often... you'll have to search for them, and I might have a melody, and sometimes in the case of the next song I'm going to play for you, Yes, No, Maybe, I had this tune for about 5 years, and it's a cracking tune, I love it. I wrote it for my friend who has the clothing company, Yes, No, Maybe, and my drummer Nick said, you should write words to that one. So about 5 years after I'd written the song, I was like, oh well, yeah, I definitely should write some words, but I had to make a conscious effort to actually, you know, think about it and write it. But then I had an idea for the chorus from a friend, David J, who didn't know he was helping out at the time. But he did. He gave me the, you know, the root of the idea for the chorus, and then the song built round there. But it was, you know, 5 years from start to finish. And other songs have been like that.
Yeah. All right, fantastic. Well, let's hear that now. So this is Gideon Conn with Yes, No, Maybe.
I'm not a man who knows what's good for him all the time. I may be confused, I may be in a little denial as to who my heart is racing for and if it's worthwhile. Chasing, replacing a page of my life with a chapter of ill-fated love interest. Who knows what's in the mind of the opposite sex? But if you are in any doubt, then here's a suggestion. Go and find out, don't sit around with an erection. First you're gonna lie with me, oh yes. Then you're gonna lie to me, oh yes. Then you're gonna tease my mind, oh yes. When you're gonna free my mind, I guess. It doesn't mean the same to you, oh yes. After everything you made me do, oh yes. I thought you were the world to me. Evidently miss yes, no, maybe. It really doesn't matter what you think of me anymore, cause I'm sure that you think of me hardly at all. You probably got a lot of other things on your mind, like when you're gonna meet the next man in your life. But I don't think that I can move on as easily. It may be several weeks before I'm back on my feet. Oh, hoping for better luck next time around. Show me a woman who's as good as she sounds. First you're gonna lie with me, oh yes. Then you're gonna lie to me, oh yes. Then you're gonna tease my mind, oh yes. When you're gonna free my mind, I guess it doesn't mean the same to you, oh yes. After everything you made me do, oh yes. I thought you were the world to me. Evidently miss, yes, no, maybe. Precisely when I realized I could articulate in verse was the day that you found me and you lifted my curse. From your tender lips and your warm expression, I knew that you were someone unbelievably special. And all the time we spent together since has become the best that I ever spent with anyone. So read my lips now, what you're about to hear. It's for you alone, for you, my darling dear. Don't forget to lie to me, oh yes. Before you come and lie with me, oh yes. Then you better tease my mind, otherwise I won't even believe your mind, oh yes. I know it means the same to you, oh yes. On the little things you say and do, oh yes. You know you mean the world to me. Definitely just yes, no, maybe. First you're gonna lie to me, then you're gonna lie with me, then you're gonna tease my mind, free my mind, the same to you. You made me do the world to me. No, maybe.
Phenomenal.
Thank you.
Just an example of the joy that can come from Gideon playing. Was that spontaneous? Were you planning on stamping your feet?
I don't know, I just...
Yeah, you just did it.
The floor told me to.
The floor told you to do it. That's brilliant. That's fantastic. So that song was called Yes, No, Maybe, and you mentioned earlier that's written for your friend's clothing company, Yes, No, Maybe,
yeah.
And Gideon's wearing a Yes, No, Maybe shirt, sort of jumper at the moment.
And t-shirt, I've got the same t-shirt as you are.
I've got a Yes, No, Maybe t-shirt with Gideon's face on it. I don't know if that's visible. This brings me on to my next question. You said you're not seeking the fame thing, it's all for you kind of thing. I've got a t-shirt with your face on it, which I've worn in Montreal, Paris, London, sort of all over the world.
You are well travelled.
That's a separate issue. What does that feel like for you? Is that, what's the sort of goal with that? Obviously it's brilliant at the gig when you come on stage and
At first it was slightly weird. No, I'm totally used to having my face on the t-shirt. It's just like part of everyday life. It's
yeah, but I mean, you perform with your face on your t-shirt and you've got your face on, your hat. Or
some people think, is he a bit vain or something? No, not really. Just faces say a lot, communicate a lot.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's all about.
Okay, and
get your face out there.
Get your face out. Well, I've had a lot of people come up to me and say, why have you got that face on your t-shirt? Can
I get one with my face on? Do they ask that?
That's their next question. Yeah. Okay. Now I have to admit to something maybe potentially weird.
Okay. Go for
but we're friends on Facebook.
Yes, I know that.
Because you.
We've exchanged
we've exchanged messages. But you seem to accept anybody. Is that right? Or you're very so welcoming. But what that means is that I could see photos of you at your friend John's 26th birthday party.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's the weird part. That I've been sort of looking at you and your friends, but
nothing shameful went on there.
No. But the question was in these pictures at your friend's 26th birthday party, and I assume these are friends that
you're talking about. John Donahue. He's the guitarist in the band.
Oh right, okay. So these are people you've known for a while and everything, yeah.
Well, I know John very well, and I know most of his friends. There was a couple of people who I hadn't met very many times, but yeah, there was about 20 of us.
So in these pictures, you're wearing one of these t-shirts with you on.
Yeah.
And maybe for the people who don't know you so well, or even the people who knew you before there were t-shirts with your face on it. What do people think when you enter a room and you've got that?
I don't know. I guess I don't think about it. They're just very comfortable t-shirts.
They're brilliant, aren't they?
Yeah.
I need to get one of these.
You do. Yes, no, maybe. What is it?
Co.uk. Yeah.
Fantastic. Just. The best. It's literally the best t-shirt I own.
It's a quality t-shirt. It's comfortable to wear.
And I broke up with my girlfriend this summer, and I had to sort of go through a period of promiscuity. And when I went to sort of try and meet women, it turned out whenever I wore this t-shirt, beautiful things happened. so it's now become a lucky T-shirt of sorts as well.
Wow.
Yeah. Do you see a lot of people come to gigs with the T-shirts on?
Oh, every now and again people turn up with a T-shirt or a Gideon Conn cap.
It doesn't surprise you anymore?
No, it's nice, yeah.
Okay. So we talked briefly about your friends there, but what's the rest of your sort of your real life like? You know, do you have a job anymore? You know.
No, I don't work full time. Apart from at music.
Yeah.
Which is a full time business.
Yeah.
Even though I only gig at the moment, you know, once a week on average, I do about 60, 70 gigs a year.
Okay.
I suppose so. 1 to 2 a week. Sometimes they come in runs, but you know what I mean. Sometimes you'll have an empty week.
Yeah.
There's a lot of admin to do. Phone calls to make, things to organise.
You do that all yourself?
Yeah, at the moment I do. I have had a manager in the past, but at the moment I work very well with the band who help me a lot. They are not just musicians, you know, they really do try and make sure everything happens smoothly. Yeah,
so what was that sort of a weird decision to make, to sort of stop saying I want to be a musician and start saying I am a musician, that's me, that's full time?
No, just natural.
It just naturally happened.
Because when I left my building job, it was I made a conscious. I knew then I wasn't going to get another job. I was like, well, I'm going to be a musician and an artist full time.
Mm-hmm.
Now in the early days, we were talking about 2004, the summer of 2004. Then when I left, my main income was from selling paintings and drawings.
Okay.
Because that pays better than gigs, which don't pay very well.
Is that right?
Especially if you've got a band, because you've got a lot of expenses. But now I guess music is my main focus, and I still do the art, the painting and drawing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's great to have some art sales, because that does bring a bit of money in.
Oh yeah, does that still happen? Yeah.
But I only spend about 20% of my time on the painting and drawing, and the rest on music.
And do you do anything else sort of for fun? You know, if you spend your life gigging, what do you do when you want to relax? Or
well, if I'm at home, I'll either watch television. I'm a big fan of detective dramas.
Okay.
Poirot, Wallander. Do you know Wallander?
No, I don't know Wallander.
He's a Swedish detective, so it's in subtitles, but very good. Quite harrowing, actually.
Oh, really?
Very good. I was looking on Wikipedia for the actress, who I quite fancy the actress. It's Kurt Wallander is the detective, and his daughter Linda is around late 20s, that sort of age, and she's really quite cute. And I thought, well, I'll just look her up on Wikipedia to see what else she's in.
Right.
And I was very sad to find out that she committed suicide a few years ago.
Oh, terrible.
And at first I was thinking, well, this is a shame, because it said in the Wikipedia that the author of the books, Wallander, stopped writing about her character Linda after she committed suicide because he was so upset.
Mm.
And it said that she'd had a bad time in the tsunami in Sri Lanka and just got caught in it with her daughter.
Right.
But then I read on, and I found the last thing it said was just at the end. The last thing she was in before she died was Chekhov's The Seagull. And I was like, right, Chekhov's to blame. That play is very miserable. I have seen it, and it sucks. That was kind of sad, though, about Linda Wallander, otherwise known as Johanna Sahlström.
I don't know why you're smiling, Gideon. It's very sad.
It's a nervous reaction.
Right, yeah.
To sadness.
Yeah.
It can happen, you know.
That's forgivable then.
Yeah.
Well, while we're on the subject, why don't we talk a bit about women? I mean, is there...
Mm-hmm. Well, you mentioned in Yes, No, Maybe, show me a woman who's as good as she sounds, but, you know, Londonderry, which you'll play later on for us, it's the new single, is a very, very sweet sort of, you know, almost naively optimistic, maybe, but who knows?
Yeah,
you know, sort of,
maybe.
Yeah, well, you know,
Right.
you can tell I've just
You're right
recently
there,
had my heart broken.
Let me take my hat off.
Oh, go for it. You know, yeah. Let's talk about. You know, are you in a relationship?
No, not at the moment.
Do you date?
I do go on dates every now and again, but not very frequently. I really should take more advantage of women who come to the gigs.
Take advantage of them.
But that doesn't kind of fit well with my personality. So yeah, dates are few and far between. Mm-hmm. Very nice when they do, and I'm sure there'll be someone right for me out there. Yeah. You know, who I will meet at some point.
What's a sort of an ideal date with you like?
Oh, I don't know. Food based, I guess.
Yeah.
You've got to have drink because you
need that social lubricant.
Does not go anywhere without drink. And just somewhere not too noisy.
Okay.
Not a club.
Not a club.
Never a nightclub.
No, good. You prefer to get to know someone.
Yeah, I just don't like loud music or club music.
Is that right? How do you deal with it when you're, performing in loud venues and?
Well, I would bring earplugs.
Really?
Yeah. I can't really wear them when I play because singing sounds funny, but with the rest of the time I have to have them.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, why don't you play Londonderry for us, and then we'll talk a bit more about that.
I sure would love to.
This is the new single.
La da 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 da. Why don't we pay each other for a hug? No receipts are necessary. I need a friend, my dear, and you are rather pretty. And we're both from Londonderry. I do believe that in this time of life a companion would be nice, someone to nurgle and evaporate the chores of daily life. I feel the urge to request forthright the pleasure of your company at dinner. You chose the restaurant, I chose the part of town. I said I'd eaten here before. We ordered fish, and yours was better cooked than mine. A fact that I decided to ignore. We drank some Chardonnay. I said I'd leave the car out for the night. We spoke of Bosnia and decided that society was shite. We took a taxi to the cinema and you explained the plot. I said you're wonderful, we kissed goodnight. And I said thanks a lot for a lovely evening. Why don't we do it all again? I'll cook a meal for you at my place. Give me a call or something sometime in the week. And if it's alright, I would like to know your name. I would like to know your name. I would like to know your name. I would like to know your name.
Fantastic. Brilliant. And that's the new single that's out on New Bop Sounds, is that right?
New Bop Sounds is the label.
So, yeah, so that's, a very, very sweet song about a date that actually happened, is that right?
No.
I heard you interviewed on another radio show once upon a time.
And it did happen.
And it did happen, and she was Italian,
yeah.
and...
The answer changes every time, depending on what mood I'm in.
Is that right?
And I think that's allowed.
I think so too, that's fine, yeah. So that just begs the question of how many other lies you've told us earlier.
Is your name even Gideon?
Yeah, Gideon loves clubbing. And, yeah, but that's...
I went clubbing in Stratford recently.
Yeah, how was
and
that?
you can go to Chicago Cafe in Stratford and hear Jamie Archer there on Christmas Eve.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that what you're going to be doing on Christmas Eve?
No.
What are your plans for Christmas?
Christmas Eve? Nothing.
Nothing.
No plans at all for Christmas. Everyone's busy. I'm Jewish. I'll just sit at home and watch Wallander and have a Christmas pudding in a tub.
Fantastic. So just to get back to the, what we were talking about earlier, you say in that song, I do believe in this time of life a companion will be nice, someone to nurgle and evaporate the chores of daily life. It's such a sweet sentiment, and when I saw Gideon do that in Cambridge, every girl in the audience was just, crying their eyes out inside, and, a couple of them outside as well. And, it's lovely. It's a lovely song.
It is the sort of song where arms go round shoulders.
Exactly, yeah.
And heads sort of lean in together.
Yes, exactly.
It's lovely to see.
Yeah. Does that sum up your whole sort of attitude to relationships and, love and that kind of thing?
It did at the time.
Right.
Yeah.
And what about now? Are you cynical?
Oh no, I'm not cynical yet.
Jaded.
Not yet. I'm still young.
Right, yeah.
Not as young as I was when I wrote that.
When was that written?
Oh, 10 years ago.
Really?
Maybe 11. I was on my gap year in Israel.
Okay, right. So we have a regular feature on our show where we ask people about their first kiss. Is that a story that you'd be
willing to...
It wasn't great. She had braces.
That's not a lot of the stories.
I was quite drunk. I'd raided the liquor cabinet at my my uncle's house. Yeah.
Okay. So in that song you talk about we talked of Bosnia and decided that society is shite, and that's sort of something that crops up in a lot of your songs. We do live in a country that provides a basic need to live with dignity as human beings.
Yeah,
that's in one of them.
Down.
Yeah, poverty, sickening disease of the masses with symptoms such as being really fucking hungry and angry. A lot of your tracks. There's something to say.
It's kind of easy to have a social conscience. It's hard to do something about it. For me, I guess I'm lucky to be a songwriter, because if I weren't a songwriter, I would find it difficult to act on my social conscience, because I'm not an activist.
Right.
But it is really hard to act on them, isn't it? All credit to people who do.
Oh yeah. Do you give to charity?
I try and give where possible. I favour Cerebro, which is for brain injured children.
Okay.
Because there's unfortunately quite a few children are born with brain damage, and they just need a lot of care. They've got a holiday home in Wales now.
Thanks to you and your donation.
Well, a little contribution.
Yeah, you brought
to my £5
the
a
porch.
month.
Yeah. Great. So you say you're doing everything. It's for you. The songs sort of come into your head and that kind of thing. Do you have a 10, a 20, a 50-year dream?
Keep doing what I'm doing. Release the album called New Bop Sounds and make another one. Soon, really soon. I've got more songs.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep going. I don't have any choice. It's not as if I can suddenly stop, performing or writing. Although I'm not a prolific writer, but you always hope there's another song round the corner. I'm sure there is.
Yeah.
That's my life. Yeah.
You have.
I'm settled now.
Yeah, you're in it.
I might not be a family man with kids and a mortgage, but I'm settled.
You have a very nice song called Inside, the first verse of which is, a really sort of heartbreaking look at old age. I was wondering if you wouldn't mind playing just the first verse, just for Chuck, who I don't think has heard it, and for the listeners. And then I just want to talk to you about sort of, ageing and that kind of thing.
Okay.
Can you go for it?
I'll keep the intro quite short.
Okay.
Bah humbug is what you say to young love when you're old and tired and the system turned against you. Things are no longer meant for you and you're looking for a way out, higher climbs. But you were young once, looking back with a sigh at opportunities lost. Now there maybe isn't time, baby, no one wants to see your smile anymore. 74 years and 3 days since you were born. Live your life through your children, some people say. but I doubt they'd be happy with that. At any rate, it's me who has still got something to sing, and it's me who has still got dreams and ambitions, and it's me who, even though in time will fade away, would like to be remembered for the part I play in stimulating others to appreciate yourselves. In that way you'll make my day, and this world then seems a pretty attractive place. Today's a good day to reevaluate, and I'm not looking at what I've lost, but what I've gained. From the benefits of youth to the benefits of age.
It's lovely. I really, really, really like that.
Thank you.
Where did that come from?
Well, that was just one of those songs that just popped out. All in one go.
Yeah. Do you have, you know, older people in your life? Do you have grandparents still alive? Or?
Yeah, I've got a granddad and his wife. It's his second wife. She's not my grandma, but she is lovely. In Israel. She's back. So I visit them, and my brother lives there too. And I've got my dad's grandma is still alive, but she's a bit of a vegetable.
Okay.
Yeah, she's not had a great second half of her life. In fact, no, not since I've known her.
Yeah. Is that something that you think about, you know, the idea of getting old and, you know, regrets?
No, not really. I mean, how does a song form like that? I mean, started off with Bar Humbug. I can't remember how it goes now. I don't know. I just popped out. I wrote it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting to think about how we're gonna get old.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, hopefully, I mean, we should have a respect for the elderly. Because you know that's gonna be us in 40 years. I don't know how old you are. Probably 50 for you. You only look like you're like 20.
You're flattering me, Gideon.
How old are you? 20?
21.
21. Yeah. Well, I'm going to be 30 in January.
Okay. Happy birthday in advance. Now, you mentioned that you're Jewish, and I'm Jewish as well. So
I thought you might be.
Yeah, did you? Yeah. Chag Sameach.
Chag Sameach to you.
Got that Jewish look about you.
Yeah. Chuck's Jewish.
I did wonder that. Are you Chuck?
No.
Yeah.
I wish.
Are you Moses?
Moses our cameraman.
Moses is a Jewish name.
Yeah, it's a Jewish name.
You know what?
My middle name is Moshe.
Oh, really?
Really? The reason I mentioned it is because, do you have a Hanukkah song?
Oh yeah, I played it on XFM the other day actually.
I haven't heard it, but you know, I think given that it's the seventh night of Hanukkah tonight, it might be nice to hear. Okay.
I didn't write this one. It's a classic. Mei Ha Chanukah מקדשנו בגילי ושמחה ממלא מליבנו לילה יום סביבוננו יסוד סוף גניות במלאך אל המלאכות העירו הדליקו נרות חנוכת רבים על הניסים ועל הנפלאות אשר חוללו המכבים. One more time. ימי חנוכה חנוכה מקדשנו בגילי ושמחה ממלא ליבנו לילה יום סביבוננו יסוד סוף גניות במלאך אל במלאכות העירו הדליקו נרות חנוכת רבים על הניסים ועל הנפלאות אשר חוללו המכבים.
Fantastic.
I love playing that one.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
I think it's kind of different to the ones I already played today, but I just love playing guitar. You know what I mean? I just sit at home and play guitar. Do you play guitar?
I play a little guitar, but not like you.
I just love it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be anywhere without a guitar. Always take one everywhere.
Yeah. Do you travel
Always
around
will.
the world?
Not yet around the world. Mostly just around the UK, but I hope to go abroad once the album's out and get into other territories, see things, eat at cafes, that sort of thing.
Yeah. So so are you? Do you celebrate Hanukkah? Are you are you a religious family?
Candles. Yeah, my parents are quite religious. Dad's an everyday synagogue goer.
Really? And you? What about?
No, I don't know. I go about 4 times a year for bar mitzvahs if there are any.
Yeah. Well, so that was that's obviously not your track, and that fits in perfectly because we have another feature on our show called "Covers Better Than the Original." So. Could be better than the original. But I was also hoping that you might play for us, I know you do a cover of Miss Jackson.
Oh, brilliant.
Never meant to make your daughter cry. Apologize a trillion times. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Ooh, I am for real. Never meant to make your daughter cry. Apologize a trillion times. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Ooh, I am for real. Never meant to make your daughter cry. Apologize. You're my baby drama mommy, she don't like me. She brings out the boys from the neighbor, come with the children to fight me. Need to get American Pie, I take her lighter. It's my house, disconnect the cable, turn her lighter. Let her know the grandchild's a baby, not a paycheck. Private school, daycare, medical bills, I paid that. Love your mom and man, things ain't the one who later. And the baby's not a custody, my lawyer stay down. Shit, you never chance my side or divided. Your fish fights, cook outs, but I'm divide despite it. The utmost respect when I fall through all you do to flip that lady when I call you. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson, ooh, I am for real. Never meant to make your daughter cry. Apologize a trillion times. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. I am for real. Me and your daughter, well, got special thing going on. You say it's popular, we say it's for wrong. Hope that you feel this way forever. You paint a pretty picnic, but you can't predict the weather. Miss Jackson times out of 9 if I'm flying fine. The quickest puzzle fluid on my mouth and I decline. King meets queen and the popular thing. Together dream about the career with the good you swing. To the oak tree, I hope we'd be like this forever, 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 ever. Forever never seems that long until you're gone. I know that the everyday ruler can be too wrong. Miss Jackson, my intention were good, I wish I could become magician, taboo, all this out there. Thoughts are me, thoughts are he, thoughts are she. Asking her what happened to the feeling her and me had. I pray so much about it, need some knee pads. It happened for a reason, one can't be mad. Know that everything is cool. And yes, I will be present on the first day of school graduation. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson, ooh, I am for real. Bing, bang, gong, bong, bing, bong, give up, back, boom. Bop, 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 boom, you're the big bop, 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 bop. Bop, 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 boom, you're the big bop, bam, boom. Shit, look at the way you treat me, look at the way you treat me. Stills home ass girls asking up the quick. Two that a patty, got a straddle, and right thing on out. Me and the girl is speaking, the moment they couldn't them out. Thumb out, jealousy, fidelity, be cheating, beating. The M to the G, they mean the same thing. Who place the blame on you, cause we're the same song. The bygones are bygones, go the hell on, join your mama. Sorry, Miss Jackson, oh, I am for real. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson, oh.
Excellent. I'd just like to clarify for anyone who's concerned about how fast Gideon was rapping there. He picked the tempo. So that's actually perfect because I wanted to talk to you about the fusion of all the different kinds of types of music you've got going on. You rap. You sing very softly and sweetly. What's the kind of music that you love and also what inspires you?
I love anything that's good. Really good. I used to think I don't like country, but that changed when I got an album from Willie Nelson and one from Tammy Wynette. They're great. I used to think I don't like reggae until I heard Fred Locke's Black Star Liners. It's fantastic. So I don't say that anymore. I don't like. I just say if it's good, I like.
Yeah.
And I just like hearing new things, and I like playing guitar and piano.
Mm-hmm.
I always playing music. I always think if I'm playing guitar and piano regularly, then new music will come to me. You have to go to it. That's why you have to go to the instrument.
Yes.
But I love to play classical on the piano. I'm not very good, but I can sight read just enough to garner the melody. Is that a word? Garner?
Sure. Yeah, it's a word. Yeah,
right,
and it's a perfectly used word as well.
Oh, good. So that I can understand the melody, even though I can't play it fluidly. I really enjoy all sorts of music, and I love the Portico Quartet.
Okay.
Do you know them?
No, I don't know.
Oh, they're like a jazz with a modern jazz quartet.
Okay.
So I listen to a lot of jazz. I love jazz piano, I love classical, I love Maximo Park and the Yeah Yeah Yeahs.
Okay, right. Well, that's fantastic. I've pretty much come to the end of all my questions that I had for you. But you know,
it's been a lovely session.
It's been so fantastic to have you. Will you play one more just to play us out?
Yeah, I'll play a new one. It's going to be on my album New Bop Sounds, but no one's heard it really yet.
Fantastic.
It's just been recorded last week.
It's an exclusive.
Exclusive for Rare FM.
Doesn't make a difference that you sold your soul for a meaningless existence, and you hope that the afterlife is fiction, cause you know that you're never gonna get in, cause you sold your soul, and you wonder, will you ever put your life to rights? One day you'll see the light. Oh yeah, alright, be mine tonight. I feel alive, mighty lightning. Together in voice we will rejoice. I have no choice, mighty lightning. Oh yeah, alright, be mine tonight. I feel alive, mighty lightning. Together in voice we will rejoice. I have no choice, mighty. Did you feed the fire of affliction on the road that goes to the river of sedition, where it flows through the valley of religion with its prose that divides our opinion. And who knows what is the truth of our existence, while in this world we wait, we just sit and contemplate. Oh yeah, alright, be mine tonight. I feel alive, mighty lightning. Together in voice we will rejoice. I have no choice, mighty lightning. Oh yeah, alright, be mine tonight. I feel alive, mighty lightning. Together in voice we will rejoice. I have no choice, mighty.
Thank you so much, Gideon. So this has been the radio show with Sam and Chuck, and our special guest has been Gideon Conn. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Very nice to meet
Thanks
you.
so much, that was brilliant.
Dap and dance, what they were doing. I want you around for this melody, Dap and dance, giving it into the rhythm.